On CTV News, we bring you more on yesterday's drowning at Horsetooth Reservoir.
An NPR correspondent came to campus and we have the details.
Then we explore the new lockers for the homeless in Old Town. All this and more on CTV News, starting now. Good evening, Rams. I'm Sydney Paul.
And I'm Edgar Cedillo. Here's what's happening in the news near you. The body of a 32-year-old man was pulled from Horsetooth Reservoir yesterday, according to a Lamar County press release. The police were notified that a man swimming near the South Bay swim beach of the reservoir went under the water and did not resurface. The man was found unresponsive an hour later, 45 feet from the shore. He was transported to the hospital but did not survive. The man's identity has not been released at this time.
CSU is partnering with the City of Fort Collins to work towards reaching their mutual renewable energy goals. Both the city and the university have a goal of using only renewable energy by the year 2030. To accomplish this, officials are looking into implementing a green tariff, which would provide green energy for northern Colorado through the Platte River Power Authority. The City of Fort Collins will vote on an official renewable electricity plan on October 2nd.
NPR National Security Correspondent Greg Meyer visited CSU yesterday, where he talked about U.S. foreign policy in a post-9/11 world to a crowd in the LSC.
Greg Meyer, NPR National Security Correspondent, recently visited CSU to talk about national security and the changing landscape of journalism in the world today.
Some of the other things we're seeing that I would sort of classify broadly as national security, I think are harder to see. The Russian involvement in the elections or interference in 2016. Never lived through a time where, you didn't have internet and social media, and you had a mainstream media, many of them reporting similar types of stories, and you didn't have this explosion of outlets.
In terms of fake news being spread around journalism, he's saying that it is not just a problem in the United States.
In terms of disinformation, that's out there now, and it's reaching the United States through, again, the internet, social media, and other forms that it didn't used to do.
Meyer noted that foreign policy has also fallen victim to polarization in the U.S.
The U.S., there used to be a pretty broad general consensus among Republicans and Democrats about foreign policy.
Students also weighed in on Meyer's talk about national security in a post-9/11 world.
As an environmental engineering major, it's really cool to relate what we talk about in class about helping other countries and also our domestic problems.
When asked about Russia meddling in the 2018 midterms, he said that the U.S. is better prepared than they were in 2016.
People in the intelligence community, and they're saying so far they haven't seen the big Russian push that they saw in 2016.
If you would like to keep up with Meyer, his podcast can be found on NPR.
As part of CSU's Ag Week, the College of Agricultural Sciences will host its Ag Innovation Summit on Thursday, September 20th and Friday, September 21st. The summit will focus on ag research, technology, and food safety. There will be multiple industry specialists speaking, including Sally Rocky, Executive Director of the Foundation for Food and Agriculture Research. The summit will take place in the Laurie Student Center, and there's a student entry fee of $10.
Do you love learning but feel like the traditional classroom isn't the right place for you? Well, CSU's Mountain Campus is a great alternative. The campus spans 1,600 acres and is located between Arapahoe and Roosevelt National Forest and Rocky Mountain National Park. The Mountain Campus has been holding classes since 1915 and became an official CSU campus in the 1960s. Now the campus holds classes for students from Warner College Natural Resources, but it also hosts conferences and educational opportunities for the community as well. The campus is open for activities through mid-October.
Last July was the opening of the new CSU Health and Medical Center. While the Student Health Network was concerned about relocating off campus and worried the move might be inconvenient for the students, the center has actually seen a 5% increase in patient visitation in this past year, and they plan to see that number increase. To find out more about the services provided by the Student Health Network and the CSU Health Center, you can visit health.colostate.edu.
The first 6 locker recipients at the Fort Collins Mennonite Fellowship received their lockers this week, and more will soon follow. However, there is an appeal in process from the church's neighbors who are concerned about the lockers' residential location and lack of supervision. Funding for the lockers was initially rejected in February, but the church raised nearly $10,000 to fund themselves. The Planning and Zoning Board approved the locker operations and allowed the project to move forward. The City of Fort Collins City Council members will meet on October 9th to rule on the validity of the appeal.
CSU's Stryer Center for Public Service Leadership and the Department of Political Science are working with the Washington Center to send 10 CSU students to Washington, D.C. for an internship opportunity. The program will last for a semester and will count for 15 credits. It is open to students of all majors, and interested students must submit a personal statement about their career goals. The spring 2019 application is still open, but it's due on September 26th. This opportunity will be available for students every semester moving forward.
You might have noticed an interesting sight over the campus sky today. ASCSU commissioned a plane to fly over campus as a part of their initiative to change Fort Collins' U+2 policy. The plane made its rounds flying over campus, towing a banner that read, U+2 survey, check your mail. ASCSU began campaigning with canvassing last week. It was pretty neat to see that plane fly over campus, and we'll see what ASCSU does with U+2 over the next couple months.
Definitely. It looks like ASCSU's campaign has reached new heights.
For sure. Well, that's all we have for news.
Stay tuned for weather, sports, and entertainment, all coming up now on CTV.